Hi, I'm Jane.
And I'm Ella.
We're leading a book group.
And the book is called The Truth About Forever by Sarah Dessen.
If you don't know Sarah, she's like an amazing writer.
And she loves to write about love.
So if you're looking for love,
come read our book. Join our book group. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jordan Smelser, and I'll be reading the book Atonement by Ian McEwan. Here's a die. Now, to you, I rolled a 1, but to me, I rolled a 4. Atonement's all about the perception and the way people view things, in my opinion. It's how one thing can change someone else's life, just by however someone else views it. If you're looking for something fun to read, I wouldn't read Atonement. It's a very tragic book, but it's a very good book. So hopefully you will be joining me in this year's summer reading book of Atonement.
Good evening, everybody. Do you have plans this summer? Do you know what you're going to do? Well, then consider coming and vacationing with us here on this fabulous island Numbar, where John Hammond, with his associates at the InGen Corporation, have created a fantastic park filled with animals of a bygone age. Here you can see real, live dinosaurs, which have been bred genetically from the blood of mosquitoes preserved in amber. You can see triceratops and tyrannosaurs and stegosaurs and lots of other saurs. All of this, I have been assured personally, is completely safe. You and your family will come to gawk at all of the wonderful different dinosaurs. You will leave amazed with a whole new world outlook. Nothing could possibly go wrong.
Stop!
What's that?
Stop! Ah!
Come and read. Oh, wait. Yeah, this. Oh, well, who cares if it's a mirror image? Read Jurassic Park over the summer. It'll be great. Rex agrees.
So, I will be reading this summer The Boy in the Striped Pajamas, and it's by John Boyne. And so, it's not too bad of a read. It's pretty quick, not too long, not too short. And so, this book is set during World War II and is told through the eyes of Bruno, a 9-year-old boy who has moved from his house in Berlin to a house in Auschwitz called Outwith. And this house stands near a strange fence with people behind it, and they all wear striped pajamas, as Bruno puts it. So Bruno is the son of a commandant officer. He is the commanding officer of that concentration camp, which Bruno is looking at throughout the entire book. And then eventually, Bruno creates a forbidden friendship with a Jewish boy named Shmuel on the other side of the camp fence, which leads to startling and pretty unexpected consequences that lead to a very unsettling and very startling end. So this book is pretty interesting because it gives a interesting perspective, if that's what you want to call it, to the events that took place during this time period. And if you like the Diary of Anne Frank, or if you liked the Book Thief, then I would recommend this book to you. So again, The Boy in the Striped Pajamas by John Boyne. It's a pretty good read, not too long, not too short.
Yo, how do you feel about reading Freakonomics for summer reading? How do you feel about Freakonomics?
Well, that's a serious issue.
How do you feel about that?
You mean a rogue scientist key to everything? Something like that. Freakonomics, right?
Okay. Freakonomics was an amazing book.
Excuse us. How do you feel about Freakonomics?
What?
Would you recommend Freakonomics to a friend?
No.
Well, why not?
Because Freakonomics sounds freaky. Actually awesome, and I would do it if I had the chance.
How do you feel about Freakonomics?
Oh, that's freaky.
How do you feel about Freakonomics?
Sounds like an interesting idea.
Aaron, how do you feel about Freakonomics?
I feel wonderful about it. One of the best books I think that was ever written in the history of book writing.
Kevin, how do you feel about Freakonomics?
Well, I like oranges, so that's why I decided to pick it out. Sometimes you do need to judge a book by its cover.
How do you feel about Freakonomics?
It's freaky. It's super freaky. She's super freak. Hammer time.
How do you feel about Freakonomics?
Oh, that was a good book.
How do you feel about Freakonomics?
Freakonomics? I don't know. I'm kind of like a Young Doug fan, you know, swagonometry.
Freakonomics. Freakonomics.
It's Freakonomics.
Pick a Freakonomics.
Sounds freaky. To hear. How do you feel about Freakonomics? How do you feel about Freakonomics?
Yo, follow me on the Snapchat Saturday, all right? Zay_McNair on Instagram. Freakonomics.
Appearance versus
Freakonomics.
reality.
The story of Stoner starts when he's 19 years old. Born as a farm boy on barren land, Stoner enters the University of Missouri in 1910, majoring in agriculture. 80 years later, Stoner has acquired his PhD in the field of literature. His life unfolds as he becomes a teacher in this university. In the next 40 years, Stoner experiences the failure of his marriage, the death of his mentor, the alienation of his daughter, the suppression from his superior, a short-lived affair, and a quiet death of cancer. From the secular perspective, Stoner does not have a successful life, but rather an insignificant and mundane one. Judging from another perspective, however, Stoner has lived his life in success. After his self-awareness awakes, Stoner has always been protecting the integrity of his self-awareness. Stoner is thus a fighter. He defends the things he believes in and revolts against other things he detests in his own way. Stoner is also a tragic hero, even though he knows his revolt is meaningless, or even makes his situation worse. He continues on his road. At the last minute of his life, he recalls those failures that he once believed were unforgettable, only to find that those failures are too insignificant comparing to the life he has experienced. By reading this book, I hope you could gain more courage and always be a fighter in your life.
Easy as his name and the boys coming.
Straight out of Compton, it's a brother that'll smother your mother and make your sister think I love her. Dangerous young brother race.
Cause I'm black and I'm proud. I'm ready, I'm hyped plus I'm amped. Most of my heroes don't appear in no stamp. Sample look that you look and find nothing but rednecks for 400 years if you check. Stop, drop, shut them down, open up shop. Oh, no, that's how rough riders roll.
A millionaire, I'm a young money millionaire, tougher than Nigerian hair. My criteria compared to your career just isn't fair.
From ghetto to ghetto, to backyard to yard, I sell it whip on whip and soft to hard. I'm the neighborhood pusher, call me subwoofer, cause I pump bass like that, Jack.
I got sisters and brothers to feed, I ain't going out like no idiot, I'm a OG. Did a lot, just to live this here lifestyle.
Oh, I didn't see you there. Hi, my name is Dariush, and for my book group, I chose The Rap Yearbook by Shea Serrano. It is an in-depth look at the most influential rap song each year since 1979. It has some really cool artwork for each artist or group they're analyzing. This one's for the Wu-Tang Clan. Each chapter equates to 1 year, and the author explains how and why that specific song chosen for that year was influential in regular culture and in hip-hop culture. It's a nice balance between in-depth analysis of specific lyrics and general discussion about the history of the genre. If you enjoy 80s New York rap, to 90s West Coast rap, to 2000s Southern rap, or really anything in between, you'll really enjoy the Rap Yearbook.
Everybody want to know what I would do if I didn't win. I guess we'll never know.
Confessions of a Sociopath. Before I enlighten you about why this book deserves to be right next to the Bible on the list of most read books, before or after, that's for you to decide. First, I need to give a shout out to Sari. Sari and I will be leading this book group next year, but she was not able to make it to film this video with me. Needless to say, I found this very upsetting, so I took the liberty of printing out this picture of her so she could be with us. Where can I put her? Oh, right here, above my heart. Anyway, onto this masterpiece. Confessions of a Sociopath is a memoir written by bona fide sociopath Emmy Thomas about her journey through life and the difficulties she faces as a result of lacking empathy. Aside from being an awesome concept for a book, Confessions of a Sociopath is a gift to the entire field of psychology, because sociopaths typically aren't very introspective. So the perspective that Emmy offers here is very useful to psychologists. Now, what is a sociopath? Contrary to what the mainstream media would have you believe, sociopath is not synonymous with serial killer. A sociopath is characterized as an individual lacking in empathy and remorse who's typically quite charming, manipulative, and calculating. In fact, as many as 1 in 25 people are sociopaths. This may be surprising to you. This means that many of the people you know are probably sociopathic. This could include your brother, your mother, your lover, your dog. I've always been very curious about who around me was a sociopath. I wanted to administer the sociopath checklist at AFS for my IRP, but apparently that was unethical. Anyway, the point is, this book is magical. Soon will come the day when you are faced with a decision. What book will I read for summer reading? That's my impression of you. Well, on that day, I want you to take a good hard look at yourself in the mirror. What face is staring back at you? It's this one, isn't it? You know what to do. I'll see you next year.
Yeah.
Are you gay and interested in reading? Are you tired of your normal, long, uninteresting summer reading books?
Normal books take forever to read, and they don't even have pictures. Introducing Fun Home, a new summer reading experience.
It will make you cartwheel out of your seat. Fun Home is a critically acclaimed graphic novel by Alison Bechdel concerning her relationship with her estranged, closeted father. It portrays the classic narrative of growing up with the offbeat, darkly funny backdrop of a funeral home, or as her family calls it, the Fun Home.
After Allison's father commits suicide, she is left to examine the impact he had on her life, and to re-examine elements of her childhood that she has recently discovered key parts of. In the words of F. Scott Fitzgerald, it is invariably saddening to look through new eyes at things upon which you have expended your own powers of judgment. If any book is a testament to this quote, it is Fun Home.
Your swagger and your bearing and just right clothes you're wearing, your short hair and your dungarees and your lace-up boots and your keys, oh, your ring of keys.
Hi, I'm Noah Shupatinsky, and this summer I'm going to be leading the book group for The Things They Carried by Tim O'Brien. This is a fiction novel about the Vietnam War, and it adds a really interesting perspective because it brings a sense of humanity and personality to all the characters that's not necessarily present in other fiction novels. And it also reads very accurately, almost as if it's nonfiction, like a memoir, but it's not, so that's the interesting part. And you really get connected to the characters. The writing is very detailed, and I hope you join me.
Hi, I'm Kat.
I'm Nia, and we're leading the book group for The Magicians by Lev Grossman. The Magicians is about high school student Quentin Coldwater.
Quentin always felt like he never belonged until the day he found out he was a magician.
He started taking classes at Brakebills College of Magical Pedagogy. As time went by, Quentin learns that magic is difficult to master and dangerous for all.
Quentin and his new friends have to band together to take down the beast, haunting them all, and manage to graduate in the process.
This book is pretty similar to the Harry Potter books and the Chronicles of Narnia. There's a lot of action, magic, mystery, and self-discovery.
The Magicians is also a show on the Sci-Fi Channel. You can watch it if you want, but you still have to read the book. The book is really different, and we will know if you only watch the show.
So please read The Magicians during the summer, because it's a great book.
It is.
And all the cool kids are going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a cool kid? Then
Exactly.
you should be there. So.
Yeah.
Oh! Hey there! Didn't see you there! Just kidding. But, great, you're here, so now we can talk. For my summer reading book, I will be reading... The Yoga Store Murder by Dan Morris. The Yoga Store Murder, the shocking, true account of the Lululemon Athletica killing. True. So, this book, it's about, well, on March 12th, 2011, 2 young saleswomen were brutally injured in a Lululemon store in Bethesda, Maryland. One of them, Jana Murray, was killed and she was slashed, stabbed, and was struck more than 300 times. And the other, Brittany Norwood, was found alive, but she was in horrible condition. Now, one of my favorite things, on the back of this book, there are 4 questions that are going to guide the book, that show what's going to be discussed in the book, and they're sort of just, questions at the back of the book, Once you hear them, you'll be like, ooh, I want to read this book, right? Right, okay. So here they are. Why rob a business that dealt mostly in credit cards? Why was Jana murdered, but Brittany left alive? Could the petite, polite Brittany have been involved? And most chilling of all, could she have been the killer? If you want to find out, come read The Yoga Store Murder by Dan Morris in my book group over the summer. Because it's going to be awesome and it's so much fun. And there's pictures inside halfway through. But in all seriousness, it's a really awesome book. I read it 2 summers ago maybe. And I read it within a couple days. I was hooked when I first started it. And I couldn't put it down. It's so captivating. It will keep you on the edge of your seat. It's awesome. It was very well written. It's such a mystery, even though it's true, too. So, also, don't look it up, okay? Do not look it up, because you will find case online because it's a true story. You all should come out and read it because I think you'll thoroughly enjoy it if you enjoy crime. If you don't, try it out. So, join me in The Yoga Store Murder by Dan Morse, the shocking, true account of the Lululemon Athletica killing.
Fortune and fame, everyone knows my name. I can't help it, it's still freaking hard.
Soldier Boy tough. Hey, I got this new dance for y'all called the Soldier Boy.
Hi, my name is Ben. This is Sammer.
Yeah.
We're going to be rising seniors, and we're going to be reading the book I Am Number 4. And Sam, you want to tell us a little bit about it, right?
Yeah. So the book is about this guy who abandoned his planet when he's a kid with a mentor because his planet is like in a war, and he has these unknown powers that he doesn't know about, and he needs to like train himself to develop the powers more and more. And it turns out there's more of his kind on Earth that are in hiding from an enemy planet who is trying to kill them because they're the only hope for his kind to go back to their old planet and take it back because of the powers that they have.
Soldier Boy, I'm in it. Why me crack it? Why me roll? Why me crack that Soldier Boy?